Polka 2009.
We see that Zomig, the rightmost column, is introducing no risk of bladder inflammation or acid reflux, and there are no interactions. So now Sarah can feel comfortable in actually complying with her doctor's orders and taking the Zomig for her migraines. But now what's going to happen when she actually does take it? For that, Mike Kirkwood from Polka.
So just a little recap on that. Again, thanks to the fact that Pharmasurveyor works with HealthVault, Sarah didn't have to re-enter any of her drug information into that site to take that medication safety survey, and she's on a lot of drugs. So that's very helpful to her. Now, a couple of weeks have passed now in this scenario, and Sarah has some experience taking her Zomig, and she's been using her Polka personal health platform on both the web and the iPhone to actually track her not only taking that drug through reminders on Polka, but also how it's impacting her health, her pain, her feeling, her food, her mood, her sleep, etc. So, what she finds is that her migraines are gone, but she has some other health issues, numbing and tingling in her legs. So Mike from Polka is going to walk us through what Polka does, which is a lot of things in this demo. Polka is working by pulling medications down from HealthVault. It's utilizing the drug code lookup service from First Data Bank. It's enabling Sarah to actually make observations on Twitter. It's actually embedded another product called Relief Insight to help track pain. And it connects with Pharmasurveyor at the end again.
Thank you, Julie. My name is Mike Kirkwood, CEO of Polka. What I want to show really briefly is Polka's personal health platform. First, we get started by importing her drugs from HealthVault that have been deposited by her pharmacy or by her doctor. After we bring those in, we start with Sarah's homepage on Polka. What it is and represents is really her personal stream. It's a lightweight application, and we call it Twitter plus metadata. It has the ability to allow me to quickly tweet an observation about myself, as well as add a metric around that observation and rate myself, both in how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and what I'm taking. Additionally, it allows me to have a private tier, share it with my team, or expose my information out to Twitter. And finally, it allows me to log my locations of places important to me and what I'm doing in my life. Sarah, who's been using the application, her favorite view of Polka is looking at it from the map view. What has she been doing? Where has she been going? And what's happening in her life? Some of those things being very personal, and some of those things being clinical. The next thing that we do in Polka for Sarah is look at her observations around her prescriptions. In particular, she wants to participate in her health. And what she's learned is that taking drugs is a challenge, and it's difficult to remember. So using Polka as a backend, what we do is set up push notifications and reminders for everything in her medication. Our job is to make it very easy and one click for Sarah to manage her medications. And we do that by enabling the notification to be sent to her iPhone via push notification, to her email, or to her Twitter account as a DM. Switching over to the iPhone, this is the client version of Polka on the iPhone. It allows me to see Sarah's trends and all of the stuff that she's been doing in her personal health platform. It also allows me to allow Sarah to jump in very quickly and add a medication. In this case, Sarah's decided she wants to pull in an over-the-counter Claritin into her health record. What Polka's done in this case is actually pulled the drug lookup service in real time. So not only is she selecting a drug, but she's selected it in a way that she can't make a mistake later because it's unambiguous. Next thing that she does in Polka is she looks at her observations. Polka's designed and optimized around letting a person manage their personal observations over time. And one of those is medications. In this case, what Polka's done is enabled it so that Sarah can, when she receives her push notification, have a one-click to "I've taken it," and allow her to very quickly acknowledge that she's taken this drug, and for Polka to log that observation over time so it can be telling how she's doing with her medication routine. The next thing that Sarah's done is she notices she has pain. In a partnership with Relief Insight, a longitudinal pain tracker and application, Polka has embedded their pain relief tracking mechanism inside of Polka. The idea is that we're able to have longitudinal clinical level tools embedded for the person on their application carried with them at any time. Sarah can log anything about her life in Polka using the different tabs and mechanics that enable her to log her observations over time. The next thing I want to show really briefly is what happens when Sarah moves to the next chain of her application. So in this case, Polka has enabled it so the observation that's been made can be pushed to Relief Insights application, and so her entries can be captured on the iPhone or also managed in the application. The benefit for her is her ability to leverage Relief Insights relationships with pain medication managers, hospitals, and doctors who want to look at the information and want a lot of information around all of the metrics around her pain. Polka and Relief Insight partnered to show this application so it's lightweight on the iPhone, but available in detail on the web. Finally, Polka is an application that has several different partners. We've embedded both consumer interface to several clients like Health Vault and Twitter, and to applications as a provider like Pharmasurveyor. Now we'll see the next step in her chain.
Linda. So what you saw there was pretty remarkable. The piece I noted there was different applications intermingling on one platform or multiple platforms. And there you saw Relief Insight. Many of you know Fred Eberlin, who demoed at Health 2.0 a couple of years back. His application now living in Polka, but not just living within Polka when something happens to it on the Relief Insight website. But now he's back on Pharmasurveyor.
So now, Sarah, having taken this drug, Zomig ZMT, and having those pains being logged, the numbness and tingling, she's now very concerned. Being a diabetic, something like neuropathy could cause her to lose her legs. And she'd like to know, is this her diabetes getting worse, progressing, or is it a side effect from her drugs, right? Well, what she can do is go back to Pharmasurveyor and now enter that more recent symptom, that being numbness and tingling. And again, search her drug regimens that now we've pulled down from Polka. Because recall, we just saw Mike enter Claritin using the drug code lookup service, that over-the-counter drug. So we do that, and what do we see? We see that, indeed, the risk of numbness is actually substantial, severe numbness.